can one pray Tahiyyatul Masjid, Tahiyyatul Wudu, or perform Sajdat al-Shukr, or Sajdat al-Tilawa before the Adhan of Dhuhr, after Asr, or before Maghrib Adhan? What are the other times when praying is prohibited or forbidden? So, in essence, the question is, there are prohibited times known in the Sunnah. Can we pray in these prohibited times? And what are they? Okay, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, do not pray after Fajr prayer until the sun rises, and do not pray after Asr prayer until the sun sets. And the hadith of Uqba ibn Amir, that we were prohibited to pray in 3 times. The first 2 I mentioned, and the third one is when the sun is in the zenith. So these are times of prohibition. You must not pray general voluntary prayers. And this is an issue of dispute. Why? Because this prohibition times, these prohibition times, are they totally prohibited to pray in? Or can we understand it from a different angle? Explain, Sheikh. I'll explain. Take your time. First of all, I prayed Asr. So from Asr till sunset, I'm not allowed to pray, correct? Correct. What happens if I remembered, oh, I overslept over Fajr, totally forgot it, and now I remembered it? Can I pray and make up for my missed Fard prayer? Answer is yes. Good. Thank you. Scenario number 2. After praying Asr, they brought a dead man's corpse to offer Janazah prayer. Guys, it's Asr time. I prayed Asr. Said, okay, you can pray Janazah prayer so that we can bury it. Can I? Yes. Jazakallah khair. I can. Third situation. I prayed Asr. There's a sun eclipse. What do you do? I know. I can pray eclipse prayer. Thanks. So I can do that. No problem. What do I get from that? I get from that the prohibition of praying after Asr till sunset and after Fajr till sunrise is for a prayer that does not have a legitimate reason. Like in this case that I've prayed Asr, I'm sitting, there are 2 hours till sunset, I don't have anything to do, so I say to myself, let me pray 10 rak'ahs, voluntary. In this case, I pulled the guy down and said, don't pray. It's haram. It's prohibited. Coming back to the question. Praying 2 rak'ahs of Tahiyyat al-Masjid. Praying 2 rak'ahs of wudu. What's the ruling in that, on that, in these prohibited times? Well, I prayed Asr in a masjid and then went to another masjid. And it's 2 hours till sunset. I enter the masjid. I want to sit down, but I remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, do not sit down when you enter a masjid until you pray 2 rak'ahs. I want to pray 2 rak'ahs. I remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, do not pray after Asr until the sun sets. What should I do? Torn between 2 lovers, feeling like a fool. Loving both of you is breaking all the rules. What should I do? Well, in this case, Imam Shafi'i says, praying Tahiyyat al-Masjid is something that is instructed by the Prophet ﷺ. It is a legitimate reason. Go ahead and pray. What about Sunnat al-Wudu? Sunnat al-Wudu is a legitimate reason. Go ahead and pray. What about if I'm going to buy a car and I need to pray istikhara? It's a legitimate reason. Pray istikhara. So these prayers have a reason, therefore you can pray them. As for prostration of recitation, reading the Quran. فَاسْجُدُوا لِلَّهِ وَاعْبُدُوا, the end of Surah An-Najm. I want to prostrate, but it's Asr time. I prayed Asr. Akhi, prostration has nothing to do with prayer. What do you mean, Sheikh? The Prophet said, do not pray after Asr until the sun sets. You're prostrating, you're not praying. So prostrating alone for recitation or for gratitude is permissible at the prohibited time? Yes. You don't even need to be in wudu. You're kidding me. No, wudu is for salat. You don't even need to be facing the qibla. Come on, Sheikh. Listen, I'm teaching you. I'm telling you something new. You won't find this anywhere except here. Huh? You don't read. Learn your religion. This is a prostration. This is not salat. Conditions of salat to face the qibla. This is not a salah. This is a prostration, any direction. The sisters don't have to be in parda or prada or whatever, in hijab. Seriously? Yes. She can prostrate without wearing or covering her aura. So prostration of recitation, prostration of gratitude is totally different than prayer. So I hope this answers your question.